welcome back. We've got Lynn Jarrett here, who is going to give us a third update. Well, Lynn, welcome. So nice to see you in person. How are you doing?
Same here. Nice to see you in person.
It seems like forever, right? That we haven't seen everybody.
Yes, that's true.
But nonetheless, here we are, and you've got an update on the third meeting.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
We got the slides going yet?
Yeah, they'll be right there for you. There you go.
All right. All right. Okay, we're going to talk about this wonderful resolution that we just passed Tuesday, which is wonderful, on some process improvements to resales documentation. And we have, I'm one of the signers for third board. We have about 4 people in third who signs these documents. And sometimes they can get up to 200 pages.
Oh, goodness.
So this is what this is, the improvements to resales documentation. That's one of the biggest improvements they made, is to take down and get rid of all the information that was immaterial to really to us, the people who had to approve these documents.
Okay.
So one of the things was that we in this resolution, we have required additional assets when buyers and guarantors have existing properties with mortgage balances. Because one of the problems we found is when people come in to buy a unit, sometimes they may have several mortgages. And so when you want to find out whether they can really afford another mortgage on top of mortgages they have. So we need to, get that information. That's one of the biggies that we need. But like I said, to eliminate the documentation is immaterial. The third buyer's approval process, we utilize the DocuSign process now. So we can do everything electronic, which is wonderful for third board. But when the resales department gets it downstairs, they have a big job to do. They have to scan in sometimes up to 200 pages. So then when we get the document electronically, we have to go through to get to where we need to get to sign all different pages. Now they've got that reduced way down, so it's wonderful. It's great. Really wonderful for them, wonderful for us, because we don't need all that material. And also, too, it brings clarity, transparency, while avoiding unnecessarily lengthy conversation to expedite processing the documents.
That's great. A DocuSign is quite a nice thing to have.
Oh, it's wonderful.
I've signed things many times.
Oh, it's really been wonderful since we're home, we've been home, because signing these documents, because before that, sometimes we come into the office in the director's lounge and we might have a stack this high of signatures that are needed, and we have to go through all that paperwork.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That means that the resales department had to process all this escrow documentation. And right now, this year especially, with the sales being up so high, the volume, this really cuts down. It's just a wonderful thing for everybody. It's wonderful for the resales department. It's wonderful the escrow people, and it's wonderful for the real estate people as well.
Everybody's saving time.
They can move things faster.
Yes. So maybe sell more too, right?
Yeah, it's wonderful. So that's why they've done a lot of things to streamline. And I just am really happy with the way this whole thing has gone with the documents. So next slide, I'm going to talk about property insurance renewal. And
there we go.
The property insurance renewal, we just bound our property insurance for $225 million, but we're working on excess above $225 million. But what we did is wonderful thing is that we actually, Robert Muchnick on our board, he has taken hold of this insurance and just studied it and worked on it, found us a new broker, and the board's been studying these documents and studying them and working. We've had a lot of meetings with the broker, with the consultant, and with even some of the carriers. And now, when we got this insurance we're under right now, we have 30 carriers, 30 insurance companies that we deal with, which is quite a lot. So anyway, Robert's been working with the broker, but I can tell you several of the third board members have spent a lot of hours studying all this, meetings that we've had with all these folks. And they're towards, it came at one point, we realized how valuable a resource Robert was to, he knows everything about the insurance. So Annie McCary and I, we just said, we're gonna dig in, we're gonna really learn a lot about this so that we could be his backup if something happened to him.
Right.
Because you know, everybody needs a backup.
Exactly.
So we decided, we took the bull by the horns and we studied a lot more. So anyway, it's just really great. But anyway, one of the biggest things, we needed to get this insurance purchased, bound
Right.
by the 1st of June. If we would have waited till October the 1, you know, and worked towards that date of getting the insurance renewed, we were working against the wildfire season. And that's really critical. So that was the reason for moving this date up and getting our insurance before the October 1. So now we're going to be running our insurance renewal date be from June 2nd of this year to June next year.
Okay, that's good.
So it's really going to be great.
Okay.
And anyway, we moved the crime, general liability, terrorism, D&O, and earthquake insurance renewal dates to June 1st also.
Okay.
But the biggie that I'm talking about, the big insurance policy, was for structure,
Yeah.
and that kind of thing. So anyway, we renewed the earthquake insurance recently at 50% and increased the cost over previous year's premium. Previous year's premium was $198,000 and now it's $309,000.
Yeah.
So you can see how that insurance really adds up.
Yep.
The next thing I want to talk about is our investments and savings. We just approved Tuesday at the board meeting the cessation of relationship with the financial advisor Sageview, an investment shift to secure savings with SunWest Bank. So when we had our funds, and this is talking about $25 million, when we had those funds under Sageview, they actually were invested with Fidelity. So we really needed to protect our money. So in order to protect our money against any loss of the principal, we moved the money and transferred it to SunWest Bank.
Okay.
And then we changed our investments to savings this way. This protects against any loss of the principal.
Right.
And also we're saving on advisor. We will not be paying advisor charges anymore like we were with Sageview. So now we're guaranteed this year to make $30,000 for the first year.
Oh.
Instead of paying $17,500 in advisor fees.
Wow.
For a turnaround of $47,000.
Okay. That's interesting that you were able to move that and then have more money, because then you'd think that when you were with Fidelity, what kind of an account was it in with Fidelity?
Well, it was in bond, I'm sure it was in bonds.
Oh, okay. So, and then the advisor would manage that for you. Oh,
Right,
I see.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
That's a nice savings, and that goes right back in. So that's
Yeah,
perfect.
it was a real nice savings.
That's great.
Plus, we put it into the bank, it's a California bank, which is real important because the state is looking to make a law to where we have these HOA funds like this in a more secure situation.
Right. Right.
So, and if you have it in a California bank, it's going to be more secure.
It's
We
more
know
secure.
where it's at.
Okay, and protected.
It's
Well,
not
that's
like
good.
our insurance, in our insurance, we have a lot of international carriers. And so that's really important.
Right. Now you guys have an election
Yeah.
coming up.
Oh, yeah, we sure do. We have an election coming up. And the election is going to the ballots are going out on the 30th of August. And then they're due back by September 30th.
Okay,
So it's
gotcha.
One month.
So you get 1 month, all right. And then there's going to be a Meet the Candidates Village, right here on Village Television.
Yes, yes.
And that'll be on September 10th. And for 3rd, it'll be at 11:30 in the morning.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Perfect.
So I'll be looking forward to that interview.
Yeah, oh, well,
I'll
yes.
be preparing for that
Well, the Meet the
interview.
Candidates will be, I believe, in the boardroom, and then we'll air that
Yeah.
here, and everybody
Right,
can
yeah, that's true.
give their introduction. However, I'm sure we will talk to you guys again before that.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Well, I just wanted to say we've got 3 openings.
Okay.
And we have 6 candidates running.
Oh, good.
And we have 2 incumbents, and that's myself and Ray Zakarimi.
Well, okay.
So anyway, it's going to be interesting, and we're looking forward to working with our board for another 3 years and keeping up with what's going on, because we've got a lot of education and experience.
Absolutely, I know. And then you just
With the board.
said that you and Annie are now well versed on the insurance arena.
Yes. We're backing up Robert. That's hard to do.
Yeah, I bet. All right, well, thank you so much.
And thank you, Lisa.
Okay. All right, stick around. We have more great programming coming up.